I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not used to handling things so big. Let's talk about the GVM SD300B Arrow. Well, hi there. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tony and I'm a filmmaker and a photographer in the St. Louis area. And today we're talking about this GVM 300 that they sent me. Just to let you know, they did send it to me. I didn't purchase this, but I've had probably too long to use this without making a review on it. They sent it to me and asked me to put together a video for them, and I'm glad to test this out just to give you a little background of the kind of shoots that I do. Typically, it's 1, 2, 3 person shoots. A lot of times it's run and gun. Integrating a bigger light like this is different than what I would typically do. So that's given me an opportunity to kind of play around with some different things. So what I want to do is talk to you first about GVM and this light particularly, some of the features that it has, but then most importantly, who is this light for and how should you use it? Now, I've got a YouTube channel that talks a lot about Canon cameras and cinematography, and basically what I want to do is just put the tools in your hands so that you can be super creative. So that's what we're gonna do today. So, GVM, if you're not familiar with them, they're a great company. They make all sorts of different products. In fact, I've purchased with my own money several products from GVM. The most recent was they had a killer deal on B&H for a teleprompter that I can use my big iPad, big 12.9 inch iPad as a teleprompter. And the thing is great. But the thing that I've kind of noticed with GVM, and this is across the board, and that's where we'll get to start talking about this guy, is it's kind of good quality, but not a lot of the extra frills. What I mean by that, and this is the same thing with the teleprompter that I bought, really great product, it works well, but it doesn't come with a case. That's one of my biggest things with this, is it didn't come with any kind of case. So in the box, you get this 300 watt light, you get a reflector here, and then you get a really long cable. A couple really nice features about this light is everything is in this compact box. Now, I've used other lights like the Aperture 300s, and they have the light themselves and the big box that you have to stick on a C-stand. This is all in there. All you have is just giant cable that is really thick and nice quality, and in it goes. But that's all that came in the box. When it comes to me being a really portable studio, I have to figure out, how do I move this thing? That's something that's interesting. Now, let's talk about some of the features of this light. I've actually used this for several videos lately, specifically in this area that I use at my home office to record videos. I just did one on the C50, and I use that light for it. So you can kind of see the quality. The way that I use it is typically with a big aperture. I've got a big aperture, maybe a 3-foot or 40 inch, I don't know, something like that. Soft box that's diffused and it's got a grid on it. And so I just kind of point the light, and this thing is powerful. I had it, I think it was either 4 or 6%. So, you know, when it comes to light output, it's significantly more than what I'm typically using, which are the little Forza 60 watts. I did a video on those if you're interested in seeing them, but the thing is that this is such a different light than those little 60 watts. Now, you can use it with a softbox like this, but one of the advantages of having a high power light is that you can use it in different ways. Now, light is all subjective. You can make it look whatever you want. If you want to have a lot of shadows on one side, you're welcome to. If you want to have it really flat on the front so it just looks like you're getting good light, that's an option too. The nice thing with this light is it has enough power that you can do direct light, but you can also do indirect light. So say you've got a YouTube studio at home that you're building out, this light comes in for just a couple $100. That's a lot of horsepower for just a couple $100. And instead of buying a softbox, what you can do is use this reflector and actually shine it at the ceiling or a wall that's in front of you. And what that does is it creates a giant softbox of your entire room, which will make the light really soft on your face and make it look really cinematic and beautiful. So that is one of the biggest advantages of having a light with a lot of horsepower. Now, when it comes to using this light, I think GVM kind of stuck with their philosophy. Powerful, but keep it simple. So if you look at the menu system, it's really just two different things on here. You've got your intensity and your CCT, which is a bicolor light, so you can go back and forth between 3200, 5600. You can go higher, lower, all the things, and then just adjust how bright that thing is. So nice and simple. There is a settings button, which is just as simple. It has just your language. It has Bluetooth, your fan, which has just a couple settings, high, low, and smart, where if it starts to get hot, it'll run faster. And then you can reset the whole thing. So, and that's it. Plain Jane simple. There's not a lot on here. There's also an app which I connected to and it worked just fine. It's the GVM Link app. And so you can connect multiple lights to it and you can adjust your settings, but then it also has some scene effects built into that as well. If you want to use this light for things like lightning or bad bulbs or paparazzi or explosions, you know, those kind of fun things. And with a light with this much power, you can use some of that as an accent in the other room if you want to make it emulate fireworks or something like that. So when it comes to the necessities, I don't feel like GVM really skimped on those. You can still accomplish what you want, but it's not gonna have a lot of those extra comfort features that you would have on a more expensive light, which is totally fine for somebody like me. Now, when we're talking about build quality, it's built really rugged. This is a nice aluminum. I think it's gonna take some wear and tear. This back part is plastic, which is what it is, but the thing that you wanna watch with lights is the yoke. What's nice with this one is it has a yoke on each side, not just one side, and this is a nice metal, so I think it's gonna hold up pretty well. It's got a Bowens mount, so you can still use soft boxes or barn doors or whatever else you need to be able to kind of modify your light. And it connects just to a regular, regular light stand. So all in all, I think this is a really nice light. I've been using it for a while. I can't tell you about longevity, how long it works, but I've had it for now a couple months. Sorry, GVM. I know that you wanted me to do this review like a month ago, but I'm getting to it and I love it and I've had a chance to use this. Now, who is this light for? Now, like I said at the very beginning, somebody like me who is very, very portable. This light is bigger than I'm used to. It doesn't come with a case, and it's just kind of bulky. And so if I need a light for like a book light, if you know what that is, or if I bounce, or if I'm gonna go through a big reflector, or need the horsepower, I could figure out how to get this thing into my mobile studio. But personally, it's a little overkill for the type of shoots that I do, which are, single person interviews with a softbox, something like that, or getting some B-roll and using a light for Hollywood style, which this light does not power by anything but this plug. So you would either need a big, powerful portable battery, or you're gonna have to have some extension cords, which I've gotten away from using extension cords. I don't like power cables running all over my set, and so a lot of the lights, when I'm using them, I'm powering them with either V-mounts or whatever they can do, and that usually lasts me for a couple hours, and then I don't have to worry about cables. This light, you would have to have a cable. So I think that determines who's gonna use this light. If you were building a studio like this, and you knew that you wanted some really soft light, I actually think this would be a really good choice, because you could mount this thing and then shine it at the wall and just use a whole wall or ceiling as your reflector and get really, really beautiful, nice, soft, even light. It would work great for that, especially if you could mount it somewhere and get it out of the way and just have it shine. Or if you want to have a softbox, and you can have a really big softbox. You don't need a lot of intensity with that, but that direct light is going to hit you pretty hard. I think that those are really, really good options. The other thing is, if you've got a full production studio and you're getting ready to embrace a style of light, the GVM is great. The problem is it doesn't work with my Nanlite app. It doesn't work with my Ciru lights. And so when you get all of these different lights on all these different apps, that creates a little bit of an ecosystem problem. And so for me, I think the way that I'm gonna use this light is it's now gonna be my studio light. I use it in here, and I'm not gonna try and figure out a Nanook or a Pelican case that fits these type of lights. Now, if I start doing a lot more bigger shoots, I think this is a great option for that, and maybe switch over to more GVM lights so that I can connect them to their app and just have a full ecosystem of these bigger, high-powered lights. But for me, I think 1 or 2 light scenario is great, and then you kind of create your zone. So this might be your GVM studio, and that over there might be your Nanlite or Aperture or whichever one you want to use. That's just the problem with having a whole bunch of different lights is they typically don't interact together. Now, if I am saying that wrong and you figured out how to work those lights together, let me know. I would love to be able to connect my Nanlite, my Aperture, my Amaran, my GVM, my Siru, all of these together and create a beautiful ecosystem. I just personally haven't figured out how to do that. So I'm curious, how do you light your subject? Do you ever use indirect light, big light like this, or do you prefer a softbox? Let me know in the comments on if you had a big light like this, a big 300, and I know they make them huge. They make them 1,000, 1,200, but for me, I'm using 60s, and they typically get by with what I need. Even at a wedding, I've got 2 60-watt lights on V-mount batteries, and we just put them on light stands and we move them around. I don't have to worry about plugging in anything. I don't have to worry about people tripping on my cables, and it's just really nice. This is a different use case scenario. This is something that's gonna go in a studio. It's gonna be a little bit more permanent. It's gonna be able to put out a lot more high power. Maybe you've got a big, 8x8 butterfly and you need to just have a lot of light. You can build out that whole set and use something like this. I'm so curious, how would you use a light like this? Maybe you got one. What's your experience? So let me know in the comments section, but otherwise you can check it out on B&H or the GVM website. I will stick a link in there and just let you be able to check this light out. But for the price, I think that this is a great light, and if you're just getting started, check out GVM. They're putting out a whole bunch of new lights, and I think they're really good quality. Talk to you later.